All right, traders, time for my Sunday session. I have about 40 minutes. It's 2 hours after the close on Sunday. I didn't trade on Saturday. I've been taking Saturdays off for lifestyle reasons and also because a lot of the time things don't happen on Saturday and I didn't expect there to be new signals and wanted to wait a day. So I haven't checked since Friday. Some different thoughts. One thought is my short strategy is really good. I'm gonna find better ways to do longs though. One of the main problems I have with longs is with shorts, I can short from 1,000 different altcoins that are garbage and have pumped. With longs, there's only a couple of them that are probably good bets, like Bitcoin, maybe Solana, maybe BNB, maybe ETH. So I could also just trade them with wider zones. That's something I'm thinking about, but gonna kind of continue how I'm doing. Also, I'm reconsidering even posting these because I feel like I'm giving away too much alpha for free. There's a couple people who are trolling or like, show your actual trade. I'm like, I've been showing my trades for fucking couple months now and showing my actual broker statement and making a killing. I don't really care about you, but I don't really want people flooding into the space that I'm in because perpetual futures is only 8 years old and I'm been trading it for 3 years. And I'm not just trading perpetual futures, I'm trading perpetual futures data primarily. And I've got a pretty insane edge, and we've computer back tested it recently, the some of the different things that I'm looking at. So I'm like, why am I giving this away for free? I'm not really making much money off YouTube. But let's go get into it and see what's happened. Whatever happens, happens. Okay, Bitcoin had an up day yesterday. XRP, I'm long XRP. And Ray, I got stopped out of Ray. I went way higher. BNB, interesting. Yeah, Solana, it was too late, but I had the thought. I marked it right here after like that was probably a good place to have a limit long. Solana's really strong. Um, so something that had happened just before was I had a Bitcoin long that just barely got stopped out, and I'm not in it. I had an ETH long, no, and then I had a Solana long that I closed up here. But so before I get into the market itself, I'm going to go in and log my loss and check my equity where I had my first losing day in a while. Let me just show you because you guys are like, some of you guys are skeptical, whatever. Okay, well, it's turned into some losing days, but still a pretty great month. This is the month. I'm trying to get the reflection out of the way here. Okay. Nah, here's the recent 30 days P&L. Okay. So I took a loss on a short, which is, yeah. So very important. I'm just, why did I lose 1,000? Um, I might have lost 1,000 because maybe I got slipped badly. This is one of the problems with trading shitcoins. I'm not, shouldn't have been slipped so bad. Maybe I just risked more than I thought I did. No, I got slipped, unfortunately. So I didn't get stopped. Unfortunately, I got stopped out on this candle. So I got stopped out probably up here. I mean, it would have been better. It's funny, like if my stop was further, it would have been better, or if it was nearer, but it's all good. If my stop had been like this, I wouldn't have been slipped and wouldn't have, but it's okay. 1,071 is my loss. Anyways, I'm just trying to focus on exactly where I am because it's easy to be like, oh, this should have happened or this could have happened. And if we play that game never ends. So, all I have open right now is an XRP long. Okay, so let's quickly go through this. Gold, its all futures have only been open for a short period of time. Consolidating. Wow, big gap up on US 100. Interesting. Not a huge gap, but a gap up. Yeah, on all of these. Oh, JP225. The dollar keeps climbing, but it doesn't really matter. It hasn't mattered. Bitcoin dominance, Doge, ETH dominance, Solana, BNB, ETH BTC, ETH USD, others dominance, XRP, total 3, others, Bitcoin, okay. Ray. I can maybe look at Ray again, possibly. See if anything hit a new high. Safe would have been a good short. I couldn't short it because, Pyth was such a money trade. Wow, Saga. Could have held on to that, I guess. I mean, I closed it right here. It was a pretty good trade. Pixel. That one was just a crazy chart. I would love to see some more shorts because what's about to happen is I'm about to be exposed to a lot of loss if the market goes down. So I'm hoping there's some random shorts. I guess Ray I could possibly try again. Okay. Yeah, I'm exactly where I am. You guys could say, you could have done this, you should have done this. Well, that's not really helpful. Today, wow, look at today. Bleeding down and then had a huge green day. Just looking for something that set up short over the weekend. May or may not find it. I'm gonna go to look on CoinMarketCap as well. Wow, it's so crazy. I mean, I am getting a lot of long vibes on the market. Like, there's so many alts that have come back to the lows. Again, I cannot long alts because there's thousands of them, and well, I definitely can't long alts at the low because there's thousands of them as they go to zero, they take the lows and they keep going. But I can use it as a signal in the market itself. It definitely looks to me like I want to be one-sided long right now. It's just a question of the best way to get in. Um, that said, I still prefer to have a head short. And the only one I'm saying is potentially Ray, but it doesn't really look set up right at the same time. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. I kind of want to look at, yeah, I mean, Ray's holding a breakout anyways. It's not a failure, so Yeah, $1,000 loss is kind of rough. Okay. But I'm seeing a lot of possible shorts. Sorry, a lot of possible longs. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna see if there's anything that I'm not paying attention to that I missed. Phantom, already Rune, do I have this? Phantom, already. This shit's too laggy. I want to get a new computer. My last computer got destroyed in a rainstorm in my outdoor office. It was in a bin under the table, and there was a flash flood that carried the bin into my yard, and I came out in the morning, and water had gotten in and destroyed it. I think 7 days is a better way. Do I want to short the thing that is up absolutely the most? Not that badly, but possibly. Okay, I'm gonna look at page 2, and then we're gonna move on, but it looks to me like it's mostly gonna be positioning ourselves along here. And I mentioned one of the problems with I have certain problems. Oh, what is goat? Goat? Nah, I can't, doesn't have enough price history to trade. Safe, we looked at that. GNO. It's not really a proper signal. Ape NFT. Track. Zach. I don't have that. And Zach. This is another reason to not record. It's like, what's going on with my face is covering it anyways. Okay, fixed it. Fixed that. Okay, so I'll get a couple of these, but let's go look at the funding rates. And we're gonna look at them, start with looking at the four majors, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and BNB. And then we'll look at XRP and the two alts that I could maybe short. I'm expecting to see, not what I expected actually. The market looks pretty hot still actually. I think it's possible that there could be a solo dump on Bitcoin or on some of the majors. Okay, not much has happened over the weekend, predictably. Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and BNB, and I want to look at XRP because that's the one I'm in. And we look at our perpetual futures indicator, which is how I'm basing my trades. Man, yeah, it's really a tough market, honestly. What I mean by that is that it's Ooh, Solana looks good. Yeah, I want to. I need to decide the best way to do a better way to do longs. I just see things happen and I'm like, why didn't I have a limit order there? Like on the move up on Solana. Okay, let's start with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we had a flush in open interest. So check it out. The global funding rate went negative, which is definitely a long signal, especially on alts. I think Bitcoin is maybe overheated despite it and might underperform actually. Maybe alts hold steady and Bitcoin dumps, or Bitcoin rallies and alts rally more. Why? Because we didn't have that much open interest wiped out. We also have a pretty high funding rate on Bitcoin, and this spot selling line has been going down. So I'm still interested in, I mean, shit, honestly, a lot of open interest came out here. I would have liked to get filled there. I did and not stopped. I'd probably stay with it. But I'm kind of interested in trying to get lower potentially for my limit longs. ETH, oh man, it's like funding is so hot. Spot sold off so much. Not very much open interest came out at all, right? Like open interest, there's significantly more longs. ETH looks super unhealthy. So that's maybe a place that I could have shorts would be limit shorts on ETH. That would be a way to trade multiple ways. Solana looks really good actually. Where funding is pretty low and a lot of open interest was cleared out and spot has just been steadily accumulating. I think people are realizing like people were really rotating from ETH into Solana and BNB. BNB also looks good. And then Ripple looks okay. Um, Ripple looks okay to stick with that. So I also need to look at Ray and GNO, but I like sticking with my XRP. I'm going to be exposed to a lot of potential losses on longs though if the market just dumps, which is why I really want to stagger the longs. Let's look. We've created a 4-hour gap here. How do I feel about that? Solana, man. Solana looks higher. BNB, no. BNB, I like how I'm set up down here. I like that. Let's look at Ray and GNO. But I definitely, yeah, I can't trade it. It's just funding is way too negative. So we leave it alone. Yeah, and spot, you see spot's been buying. Open interest climbing. A lot of that open interest is shorts. Gnosis is maybe tradable. Maybe. It doesn't really look great though. Most of the open interest is drained out already, with price pretty high and spots coming in and buying. And if we also look, neither of them is actually a clean signal. So we're going to leave those alone. And it's going to be longs only if I want to short. If I want to short, it has to be on ETH. maybe that's possible. I don't think I have it now, but I still like this short also. Something like that for ETH. And then I have this one as well. This idea for ETH. I like that. Oops. Shit, I did it on the wrong chart. I have this higher one. I don't really know that I like the lower one. ETH looks pretty fucking weak though, honestly. Oh, accidentally. Pulled out one of my longest beard hairs. Silly. ETH looks ETH looks rough. Let's look in here. Something like this. Or something like that. That's my idea. Honestly, I want to try pullbacks lower. I see this, but I want to try lower. Solana's the one that I like the most, actually, because it looks good under the hood and is strong, relatively strong. I really need to be careful about mass long exposure, though. It's really hard with limit orders because it's like unknown how much I could lose. I mean, Solana just looks like it's gonna sail, but it's the best way to get in. So for Bitcoin, I know we created this 1 hour gap, and I expect higher, but I'm gonna try to bid lower. I think if we look at liquidations, the liquidation heat map, yeah, I mean, if we just look at Bitcoin, it's still really hot. Funding is really hot. Open interest is near all-time highs. People are positioned super long, and spot has kind of been selling off. I expect higher, but I would rather, yeah, wait for a bigger liquidation event. And I think if we look, we're gonna see it. This area and this area. Might not go down there, it's possible. Again, if I was long already, I would probably stay with that long. Have XRP, which looks pretty good. There's a world where we pump and fail, right? Where like Bitcoin takes this, or even takes this, and it's a big TP, and price all comes all the way back here. Um, so if I want to add exposure, I don't really want to, but we're closing above this again. It would have been cool if I had done something like this, but I'm just happy I got out where I did. Why is that? Well, this area was kind of sort of obvious. So, okay, I'm gonna leave my BNB. I'm gonna leave my Bitcoin. I'm going to leave my XRP. So the only questions really are, XRP looks okay. The only questions are Solana and Bitcoin. No, Solana and ETH. So for Solana, do I want more long exposure somehow by creating Solana? I don't really want to go for the shallow pullbacks, even if it means that I'm not a part of it, right? Like, I don't think it's actually that unlikely for the majors to dump. I know a lot of the market has bottomed, and I don't know how likely it is, but we've been greedy for a while, with a lot of leverage in the system, especially for the majors. Yeah, I mean, I could limit right in here. It's almost like taking a market order. Just concerned about the amount of exposure I have. Without the profit, yo. Yo, this missed my limit order by less than $1. It was like right here. Yeah, and I was long and I got stopped. But I mean, that's how it is. I have an issue with longs. I feel like shorts are way easier. I'm gonna wait for a pullback on Bitcoin, which might not happen. But I have some exposure on XRP. There's a good chance that was the moment. BNB looks really strong, like negative funding went negative. Open interest actually took a heavy decline with spot. positive and buying. I'd like to be in BNB, but I don't know. I think I'm going to continue to wait. Market just goes straight. It'll be sad news, but this is what we're going to do. Right, I can't trade either of these. I'm okay having an ETH short up here though. Okay with that. We'll do that. Yeah, honestly, the alt shorts are some of the best setups that I have. Okay. I have 2 Bitcoin longs and I have a BNB long. I'm going to create 1 ETH short and I'm going to save that one. If price comes near, I'll set it. So I'm going to set it at a 7x leverage. I can do more, like 20, right? So ETH, I'm going to set it at 2601, which is good because it's a round number 2. And I'm going to look for price to come down to 2307, 2308. And I'm going to look for my stop to be at, well, the idea is that some of these gaps will work as support or resistance. 2722. So I'm looking at a $500, a $120 stop. So 5. I want to increase my risk this month. So instead of risking 500, I want to risk like at least 750. So 6 would be 600. I'll risk 7. Okay. So ETH, yeah, 847. I want to increase my risk by a little bit. Solana's, I mean, it's really tough. I mean, crypto's still pretty hot. I think playing for lower is okay, honestly. We're stacking these lows. At like 30, 64. Interesting. I'm really more interested in Solana and BNB. Solana's so strong. Closing over this again, I could arguably be a limit longer or be a market longer. But that would expose me, like if everything takes a loss, it would be like possibly destabilizing. The problem is there's not one 4-hour gap here also. I don't necessarily want to leave Solana alone though, because it's quite strong. Funding going negative. CBD climbing. So maybe with Solana, I'll have a trade where this is my stop is down here, maybe. Something like this. Just want to be careful that I don't get wrecked. Like everything goes down. I feel like I'm risking unnecessarily much on this. I know I want to increase my risk, but I don't know that I love this trade. Is there any world I can advance my stop on XRP? Maybe. And put it maybe here. 0.494. Takes off $250 from that Solana ETH. I only like this ETH short if I can get more long exposure. I mean, I could also do this on Bitcoin. I think I'd rather do something like this on Solana though. Solana just looks a lot healthier than Bitcoin. Yeah, I think I'll do something like this in Solana and then just leave everything alone. And one of the worst things that could happen is the market goes straight down. If the market goes straight up, it could be decent for me. But I'm putting it in 4-hour retracement. Okay, so let's do this for Solana. I talked about increasing size, but when it comes down to it, I don't really want to do it where I'm in a situation where it just puts a lot at risk. Okay, Solana, limit from 169.43 with a stop loss at 160.41. So I'm looking at 9 per ETH. So 100, maybe I'll do like 50. And then for my TP, I'm just going to aim to the next high. Just beyond it. 195. Say 194.9 so I can front run. Okay, so I have, yeah, it's like a lot of long risk. 450 on that one. $1,000 on Bitcoin, 500 on XRP, 450 on BNB, and no shorts. Oh, it's all right. That's what we're gonna do. Doge. Again, I'm kind of expecting others' dominance to rebound a little bit, possibly, if not now, soon. Not like a major rally, but just like a short-term correction. Where I do see that Bitcoin has been relatively strong, but yeah, I mean, look at these wicks, man. People really wanting to buy up in here. However, under the hood, we see that funding's pretty hot, man. It's a lot of longs in here. It's a lot of longs. No, Bitcoin longs have not been shaken out. Price can continue regardless, but it doesn't make me feel a lot of FOMO. Okay, so that's gonna be it. Things could have gone a lot better on Friday if I was in my Bitcoin long and my BNB long already. Probably wouldn't have taken XRP long if that's the case. But yeah, we're gonna leave it alone. And for the most part, try to limit lower. And for the first time, I don't have any shorts, so yeah, I could get messed up, but nothing signaling short, so this is what we do. Look for a stab into here or into here. And yeah, it's gonna be, the money's gonna be made for holding for lower. It's hard to even know what I want to happen. Like if price goes straight up, I'm gonna make money. I guess I want price to pull back. But not so much. I know these setups aren't quite as good as the other ones, but that's what we're doing and we're good. So happy trading. We're out. Peace.